your confidence disappear when you need it the most. This is a very common problem, especially among professionals, especially among professionals who are super qualified, educated, experienced. They have all the right credentials. They have the right expertise. They literally have all the right bells and whistles behind their name. So what's going on here? And then often look at that. They look at their resume and then compare that to their bank account. It's like something doesn't measure up here. Something doesn't make sense. Well, I agree. So let's get to the cause. What is the real reason this is happening? Because right off the bat, we want to clarify that often these professionals think that, oh, if I get more experience, then I will be able to feel confident. Or maybe this is a matter of communication skills. I need to learn better communication skills. Or they just simply think that I'm just not confident enough. Or that when I have more credentials, more experience, when I put in more time, then this problem will fix itself. Or, oh, I need better sales skills. Or even, I need to work harder. I just need to prove myself more. And then maybe then I will get paid what I'm worth. Because here's the thing, at the end of the day, the big problem this causes isn't just that freezing up in the boardroom or not showing up to the meeting or raising the hand or participating or contributing. It doesn't show up on sales calls or marketing or self promotion. It ultimately shows up. The biggest damage this causes is ultimately in the bank account, in how you might get paid, right? And needless to say, that's an expensive problem to have, especially when you know in your heart, when you know in your heart and your mind and on paper that you are qualified and you have the right credentials and you have enough experience and you know you're an expert in your field. And yet, there are other people who outshine you, or they're the ones that speak up, they're the ones that are assertive, they're the ones that show up to the meeting, they're the ones that, raise their hand. And and if this resonates with you, right, often people will then think, well, I'm shy, or this is just my personality, isn't really, that's not how I am. And I'm here to tell you, believe it or not, that is something you might have tried to believe so hard that that might be the problem. And I'm here to tell you that's not the problem. And again, please, first, let's stop here. Yes, you are qualified, and give yourself credit for having already invested so much time, money, energy into your education, into becoming this expert. And this is where I want to remind you, you're sitting on a gold mine because you are the gold mine. But you just have not yet, what this really is, this is a self-worth issue. But how is it a self-worth issue? Because at the root, what this really is, this is a trauma-induced problem. And this is what nobody tells you. Because a lot of times, these professionals often think, oh, I need mindset work. I need productivity hacks, right? Why do I keep self-sabotaging? Why do I keep procrastinating? I need organizational tools. I need an accountability partner. I need somebody to kick my my butt, right? Or often will drown in more. Oh, I need more credentials. I need another license. I need to, get more education, and maybe then I will be ready. Or, I need to help more people, and then I will feel worthy. Then I will feel comfortable charging what I'm worth, or comfortable asking for that raise, or comfortable asking for that promotion. Because exactly this problem is what causes so many professionals to not ask for that promotion, to not ask for that raise, which of course then they don't get the praise, they don't get the respect, they don't get the recognition, but most importantly, this is depriving them from the lifestyle they deserve to have, the freedom, the impact, right, in all these different ways. And it's not like they haven't tried to fix it, right? Because again, they often think, oh, I need more, more credentials. I need to work harder. I need to prove myself more. I need to show up, and really try so hard to convince these bosses or authority figures or clients or accounts, right? And this is what, again, people get cold feet when they actually are very, very entitled to have these conversations. They should have these conversations where they ask for the money, they ask for the sale, right? They want to close the deal, but at just at that moment, that's exactly when the voice and the confidence disappears, when something doesn't make sense here. Well, keep in mind, the reason this is happening, again, has nothing to do with your credentials. Nothing, it's this is not a confidence issue, it's not even a communication skills issue. This is a self-worth issue. Because now let's go back, and in order to go forward, we've got to go back a little bit, because here's what's really going on. You see, the mind is tricking you. The mind, which hijacks the body and the nervous system, actually associates speaking up or asking for that raise or asking for the promotion or asking for what you deserve, for the money, right? Or for the prize, whatever, or that position that you want. That's when your nervous system, the mind, has associated danger, threat. Don't do that. Who do you think you are? Children are seen, not heard. Now, right in this moment is when the old stories, those old beliefs, those old conclusions you might have drawn when you were very, very young, that's when they show up. Even though today you're no longer a child, today you actually are qualified. You no longer need to measure yourself against other people's opinions, right? But this is that, like I said, this is a trauma induced problem, because the nervous system, and keep in mind, yes, we can blame the mind here, because the mind is actually doing what it was programmed to do, not by you. That's the tricky part. The mind is still operating with an old operating system that is not serving you, that is not helping you, that is keeping you small, that is keeping you stuck, that is keeping you convinced that you should stay in the comfort zone, which of course that's not the comfort zone at all. That's a trap. It's just a familiar zone. And keep in mind, the mind wasn't designed to help us thrive. The mind isn't designed to help us go out there, right, into the jungle, into the wilderness. And no, the mind was designed to keep us safe. And if you learn from an early childhood, right, children are seen, not heard. Who do you think you are to ask for such an expensive toy? You need to be humble. It's not polite to brag. Money doesn't grow on trees. Do you see how all these money worth issues are tied into how then often a professional might feel? This is classic imposter syndrome. And imposter syndrome doesn't mean I don't belong or I'm not good enough yet. It means I don't feel like I belong. I don't feel like I'm good enough yet because of these old stories. You see? So let me just make sure I am not missing any. Let me know what questions you guys have on this subject. Yeah, and this is, often professionals are trying to fix this with a band-aid approach, thinking, oh, they need a self-development course, they need more self-confidence, they need to watch motivational videos, they need to do meditation, they need to do visualization, they need to do affirmations, when the truth is now we're just dumping more stuff on something that's already polluted. Because do you see how really what's going on here is this self-confidence, this self-worth that you have is being polluted by all these messages, has you completely distracted from who you really are, from what your real worth is, and has you bought into these ideas of who do you think you are? Don't make any waves. What if you fail? What if you don't succeed? What if people don't like you? What if people, and then you stay trapped in these stories, which of course, if I expect worst case scenario, Well, I'm probably not going to put myself out there. I'm probably going to be afraid to be seen because I already see the future of, oh, people are going to judge me and my boss is not going to give me the raise. And if I show up at this meeting and if I say something, it's going to come out wrong. And then, I'm not going to look like an expert and I'm going to look like, right? And so, again, this simply because it's the mind that has hijacked the body and the nervous system, trying so hard to convince that, guess what, buddy? Speaking up equals you're going to be judged. You're going to be criticized. You're going to get a bad grade. You're going to disappoint somebody else. But that is not act. That's just an old story. That's an old conclusion. And all these beliefs are still living in the subconscious mind. And until we fix that, until we go into, again, that's up with the program, and we change the program so that when you show up in the boardroom, you can act like you are the boss confidently instead of tiptoeing around thinking everybody else is much smarter, everybody else is the boss of me, everybody else, right? Which, again, that's just a perception. So I hope that makes sense. So, again, this is what costs a lot of professionals a lot of money because this is how they play small. This is how they stay stuck in a comfort zone. This is how they keep self sabotaging, how they keep procrastinating. Oh, I will make those cold calls on Monday. Oh, I shouldn't door knock because I'm imposing. Oh, I shouldn't ask for that raise because what if I really don't deserve it? Oh, that promotion, I don't know if it should really come to me. Maybe it's better for Larry to get that. And it causes so much doubt and anxiety and fear and lack of confidence because it literally, it's that's what causes this nervous system dysregulation, so to speak. When, of course, if we're feeling panic and anxiety, we can't be our best self. Our body literally is in a fight, flight, freeze state. This is like classic survival mode and nothing good. I mean, the only thing we can do when we're in survival mode is run, fight, flight, freeze, right? We're like, oh my God, where's the threat? What do I need to do? Do I need to duck? Do I need to run? Do I need to hide? Do I need to people please? And and that's, we can't be a phenomenal producer or performer when we're in that state. And it's all because the mind is playing these tricks based on old stories. And that's why, often people think, oh, I need more willpower. I need to work harder. They're trying to fix something logically when this is not a logical problem. This is a biological problem. This problem lives in the subconscious, lives in the nervous system. We've got to do the work at that level if we want to be free of it, so that you can finally truly understand, not only understand what your worth is, but also be able to speak on behalf of your, because what good are phenomenal communication skills? What good is a great sales script? What good is a incredible objection handling abilities if you don't have the confidence, if you don't see and understand your worth? And then all those communications are just not going to be congruent because the person that is in the same room on the same phone call with us, they can sense that insecurity that is living inside of us, that inadequacy issues, right? This imposter syndrome, this feeling inferior. And that's why our voice gets shaky. That's why we freeze up. That's why we get these heart palpitations. That's why the stomach goes right all. And so many professionals, unfortunately, have been suffering this for years, trying to fix this, thinking that, oh, I need a self-development course. I need to hire another coach. I need to, I mean, again, yeah, that's what I do. But I help you solve this specific problem that, by the way, I've done my homework, impacts every area of your life. This causes a lot of frustration, aggravation, shame, guilt, anger, because it's almost like a self-imposed problem, a subconscious self-imposed problem. Sitting in the comfort zone, watching everybody else get the raise, everybody else get the praise, everybody else is making it happen out there, everybody else out there is living it up. Yeah, that will cause unwanted weight gain or weight loss because it's, again, the body is so stressed. Now, the bank account is not where we want it to be. Confidence, not where we want it to be. This will cause a big stir in relationships, and it literally pollutes every area in our life. This is like a crack in the foundation in a home that never gets fixed. And when it never gets, what is it going to do? It's only going to cause bigger problems. The water is going to come in, insects are going to come in. I don't need to tell you. And so now, what used to be a $10,000 problem is now $100,000 problem, because this problem is only going to get bigger, and it's going to affect all these other, rooms and structures in a home, that if we only fix this for once and for all, now now you can feel that inner peace, real confidence. Now you can show up to that table and know you are worth it, and you get to speak on behalf of you powerfully, confidently, convincingly, where you have clarity inside of you. And where it used to be that before, that boardroom gave you anxiety and panic and fear and self-doubt, now you can automatically feel that confidence building from within. And imagine what that would feel like, as if for the first time in your life, you can walk in there tall and proud, and you can breathe easily, and you move with grace and with joy, and you speak with conviction and confidence. And now all of a sudden, everybody's hanging on to every word you're saying. Because now, instead of being self-conscious, right, always worried, what are people thinking of me? What if they don't like me? What if I don't measure up? What if I'm not good enough? All of a sudden, you're not able to connect and be like, I'm here to serve. I'm here to give. I'm here to contribute. I am the expert. I have the answers. I'm happy to be here. And now all of a sudden, when you have these conversations, whether this is a sales conversation, whether this is a negotiation, whether this is a confrontation or even an argument, you now get to show up thinking and feeling, I belong here. I get to participate. And all of a sudden, you're seeing yourself from the perspective of privilege. I get to ask what I'm worth, because look at how I'm able to change people's lives. Look at how I'm able to solve this problem. That if we don't solve this problem, it will exponentially grow, expand, and cost so much more. So once you really can see what your worth and your value is, and then start to speak on behalf of it, the game changes. Not just for you, for everybody. Because you're finally able to serve the people that you're here to serve. Whether you're in real estate, whether you're in insurance, whether you're a doctor, and listen, this, what we call in this society imposter syndrome, it shows up in every industry. Like I can't even count how many professionals from different industries and areas I've worked with: engineering, accounting, marketing, sales, coaches, psychologists, psychiatrists. Yes, I do get to work with physicians. This is across the board a big problem, all because really at the core, this is a trauma-induced problem. And this is what nobody explains. Everybody's trying to give you surface level answers. Oh, just do some deep breathing techniques. Just do some meditation. Just do some visualization. That's band-aids. It's like telling you, oh, cracks in the foundation, we can just paint over that. Oh, now look, it looks so pretty. It looks so good. It's completely, irrational, unreasonable, and ineffective, when what we really need to do is help you rewire the nervous system, right? Also, this is an identity level transformation, because up until now, you might have felt, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, what if I don't measure up, what if I'm not as smart as I thought I am, right? So the identity is, I'm not good enough. We got to switch that out, and then really help you heal the wounds that created this pattern. Now you're going to be noticing a different operational system inside, right? The subconscious and the conscious are going to be in alignment, and you will experience this unshakable self-worth, that no matter where you are, no matter what you do, you feel like you're the boss. Nobody can push your buttons. Nobody can trigger you anymore. Nobody is going to be perceived as the authority figure, like you should feel inferior. That is completely unreasonable. There is no such thing. That's just a perception. But if we automatically believe, oh, the boss is smarter than me, the boss is better than me, that already puts us in a, oh, I'm the little cute little employee that needs to ask for permission. This is like school. School is done. We're done with school. This is adult. This is marketplace. And in the marketplace, in this, especially in this day and age, where not only are now humans competing against us, as if that wasn't hard enough, now we got AI, now we got ChatGPT, now we got robots. So out of all the times in the world or life, or this is the time, this is the time where I invite everybody, listen, get with the program. Get, you know, help yourself get this foundation fixed so that there you begin to live your life and understand there is no such thing as competition, because there are some things that I can do that nobody can do. How do I know that? Because you have already jumped through all kinds of hoops to get to where you are. You're sitting on a gold mine. Because you are the gold mine, you are like this close, because you have already invested so much time, money, energy to become the exceptional expert you are. Plus, now we add life experience on top of that. Plus, now we add these repetitions and muscles that you developed, and wisdom that you gained in your life that you did not learn from a book. You did not learn that from a college course. No professor taught you that. That is something that came with your life. So this is something nobody can ever take away from you. But if you don't learn what your worth really is and then get to speak on that, not only are you going to miss out on income, impact, respect, recognition, but everybody else is missing out too, because now those people that need your help are not getting your help because the comfort zone is, does that make sense? So I hope that this helped. And again, the reason I wanted to make this video most importantly is because many well-meaning, generous, kind, super smart professionals are trying so hard to fix this and are not given the correct answer, hence are not given the right solution, and then carry this problem for the next decade, never realizing that this, call it imposter, I don't even know what to call it, but really this is a self-worth issue, is all because of this trauma that happened. And by the way, this is when my clients will argue with me and say, oh, Susan, but what do you mean I never had trauma? Well, I'm not talking about the broken bone kind of trauma. I'm talking about this trauma that was quietly built in the nervous system, that is subliminal. It's very sneaky. It's not in your face kind of. It's sort of, it just brews underneath the surface. It's almost like this volcano that you just never know when it's going to explode. We kind of know it's there, but very tricky. When actually what we can do is put this volcano dormant for once and for all, so that it can no longer affect you, impact you ever again. And once we fix that, the income follows, the respect you deserve follows, the recognition you deserve follows, the praise you deserve follows, and the raise. And that's what I have for you today. So I hope this made sense. Let me know what questions you have. And of course, look, very challenging question. If you're open to it, only if you're open to it, you will actually grow from this. The challenging question that I ask my clients when they first meet me is, when you are really honest here, what is this problem costing you? What has it cost you? Not just monetary, with your energy, with your emotions. How has this impacted every area of your life, and what is the cost of that? And my clients, first, they can't even give me a price, but when they start to do the calculations, they realize, oh geez, Sue, I left like $30,000 on the table last month because I didn't close those deals. I left $500,000 on the table because I didn't negotiate properly and I was too afraid and I didn't want to step on people's toes. I missed out on 15K there because I was afraid to, close whatever. But that's just the money. We're not even calculating time lost, right? The what do you call it? The oh, what is that called when the interest, right, gained? We're not even talking about all the fights that might have caused, all the vacations that maybe you weren't able to go on, maybe the lifestyle you couldn't provide for yourself and your family. So really, right, if we're going to have an honest look at this, let's really zoom out and look at how, and then the $1 million question, would it be worth fixing this for once and for all? I mean, that's a rhetorical question, is it not? So that's what I do, and it would be my pleasure to help you with this if you want it. I'll see you soon. Oh, let me see if you have any questions. Just gonna go all right, I guess nothing specific. Well, thanks again for being here. I'll see you next time.